What's up, everybody? You're watching another episode of the Plaid Couch podcast, and we fucked up and did not capture all the video, but we did get the audio. So instead of recording a whole new podcast, we just thought we'd redo an intro and
let the
I'm
viewers
not
know.
happy.
Tegan may have had a little temper tantrum. We're all kind of feeling
Well
it.
warrant,
Yeah.
I will say.
Especially since we all got dressed up for this episode. But enjoy the Halloween special of the Plaid Couch podcast. Thank you so much for listening and viewing and dealing with our technical difficulties. Enjoy. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Plaid Couch podcast. I'm Kurt, and I'm joined by my friends.
My freaking name is Wolfbane.
I'm just a jester.
And I'm Kurt. I already said that. And you're watching Plaid Couch. Yeah.
Frick yeah.
It's a Halloween. This is a Halloween episode. So, all right, I'm done with the voice.
Thank God. I thought we all had to keep up with the voice.
What was yours? You just went like higher. You went higher pitch, and I went lower pitch. I know that
I'm
did
just
not
a
even.
jester.
It did not even sound like Kurt Cobain. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Kurt.
God, you've pissed me off looking at you, Tegan.
I thought you were gonna say me.
Why? Because I'm competition?
I
Oh my God.
I wasn't ready for the voice. I should have prepared for that.
Huh?
Oh, shit, competition.
I'm never gonna look at you the same after this episode.
He's even got the fucking, like, mullet almost going on, dude.
That's unintentional. That's just because
his hair.
I've been too lazy to get a haircut.
Yeah, me too.
Tegan sent me a picture of his t-shirt that he ordered for this costume. And do you want to show the people what it says?
I'll stand in front of the camera.
Yeah. So he got that t-shirt.
What does it say? This is my human costume.
Finish it.
I'm really a furry.
Yeah,
Don't
so-
take that out of context.
So that's what clip that. That's what Tegan's t-shirt says if you're just an audio listener today. But he sent me a picture of that, and I texted back. I'm like, I'm afraid of the person that you're going to turn into after this episode.
And I replied back, I will not be around when this costume is on. The spirit of the neckbeard will take over.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I wasn't prepared. I also told Tegan when I got here, I'm like, we could go out in public right now and people would probably be able to tell that I'm in costume. I think that they wouldn't be able to tell if this was a costume or not. It just works. and
It
that
does
scares
kind of
me.
work.
Because I pull off the fedora so well.
I pull up the fedora. Dude, you sound like your chin goes into your fucking jaw, dude.
My God. We should do a Reddit Stories episode where you're dressed like that, but then don't mention it.
But it's not a neckbeard. Reddit stories.
It's just like, am I the asshole?
bad roommates.
Yeah.
Huh?
So, but yeah, we all, if you can't tell, did like Plaid Couch inspired costumes. So we've got the neckbeard because I feel like that's all we talk about, at least on our Reddit Stories series.
The Mega Chad. Milady.
Milady.
I would take you out on a date, but I have katana lessons.
Katana lessons.
Uh-huh.
I can be your protector.
And then Matthew, the classic jester of the company.
Jester of the company. That's right, baby.
And Matthew just answers whatever he wants.
Okay. He's like the
He's like the jester of the show.
he's like the Plaid Couch jester. I was about to say that. Cuz you told me to, and then you stepped on my fucking line anyway.
I found iPhone Pro Max in heaven, so there you go. Shout out MPL.
She said it.
She said the line.
I saw this guy doing a TikTok live stream. He was deep faking Kurt Cobain's face on him, and he was saying, "I've got an iPhone in heaven. I found an iPhone. It's a Pro Max." I've got and he didn't do the voice at all.
Just some
So
random
it's some like ethnic sounding guy, like Asian. I found an iPhone in heaven, guys, and he's live streaming as Kurt Cobain. It looks exactly like Kurt Cobain. It did a really good job on the face.
All right. Let's end the podcast there.
Yeah, let's take our costumes off.
Huh? Honestly, this is kind of cozy. It's nice and lightweight.
Yeah. I really wish I didn't have a wig on right now, but what are you gonna do?
Kurt Cobain wouldn't care.
He's he's dead, so
That's why you wouldn't care.
yeah.
But he's got iPhone in heaven.
iPhone Pro Max.
He's so happy. He's so much happier now. He is a grandpa now.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, his daughter is married to Tony Hawk's son,
Oh, wow.
and they just had a kid. So imagine if your grandpas were Kurt Cobain and Tony Hawk.
That's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
That's about. That's gotta be like a talent. They gotta have some kind of good stuff going for
They're
them.
either going to be a rock star or they're going to like be a skateboarder.
Both.
And they can't pick. Like,
Oh, they
or
can't
They
pick.
can't pick something else. They have to do
Oh,
one of
they
those,
have to, yeah.
Or both.
I
Fuck
could
it.
see that, dude. Imagine skateboarding while shredding a guitar. That'd be sick as fuck.
I'm sure someone's done it. Maybe not well, but I'm sure somebody's done it.
That kid's gonna grow up to be the guitarist from Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, shit.
The Doof Warrior.
Tegan, you look like you should be like playing trumpet on a fucking pogo stick right now.
I mean, yeah. You gotta hold the pogo stick with your knees, and you just.
Just as long as I have my blade on me.
Oh my god.
Dude, did you just sharpen that? That looks good.
It's always sharp for my enemy.
What's your favorite combat style?
Killing.
Fair enough. What do you think about that blade, Kurt Cobain?
I'm kind of a pro at all forms of combat.
I wish it was a shotgun. I didn't know if I wanted to bring this up on the podcast, but I had a
Here we go. How many times does Jaylene go? I wasn't sure if I was going to bring this up, but
I had a therapy appointment earlier this week, and my therapist asked what I was going to be for Halloween, and I told her that I had this costume. I didn't tell her it was for this, but I did tell her that this is one of the costumes I bought. And I don't know, we just got on the subject of Kurt Cobain, and she said something about him hanging himself, and I was like, did not hang himself. So then I corrected her because I'm like, that's not right.
No.
It was like,
actually.
that's what it was.
Actually.
And I told her that it's like, no, like he shot himself. And she goes, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm like very sure. And we kind of got in this heated discussion about it. She goes, and this is what I'm paying this woman for, by the way. And she goes, who am I thinking of? I thought for sure somebody hung themselves. So then we're sitting there. I'm like, oh, Chester from Lincoln Park. And she goes, oh, that's who I'm thinking of. And that was
What the
like
fuck?
probably a good 5 minutes of my therapy appointment I paid to discuss was what rock star committed suicide which way.
and then the therapist goes, Neckbeard Tegan isn't real. He can't harm you.
And here he is.
That's why I'm
Oh,
still in
flick.
therapy. Yeah, that's why I have an appointment actually tomorrow.
This is your sleep paralysis demon.
Not the most scariest.
Yeah. What do you think is the like most scariest?
Me. Imagine seeing me in your dreams and you can't fucking move.
Especially in that costume.
I will say the picture Matthew sent of that saying his costume was in, it looked like your face was photoshopped onto it.
It was creepy because it wasn't a good quality picture to begin with, and like the lighting
That was
all
the whole
fucked,
point of it.
and like it did look kind of look creepy. I was like, I don't want to look at this.
That was the whole point.
Yeah, especially
of it.
with your cock and balls out.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
like,
I didn't click.
There's
on the
a
picture
there's
to
a
open
mask
it.
that comes with it, but I think it's more scary with just my face and the beard showing. Like, why is this grown man wearing a jester costume? What's happening?
You should wear that when you're passing out Halloween candy to kids. That's how you get yourself into trouble.
Yeah, I
hey
think
kids,
so.
come on in.
Oh my gosh, there was one Halloween a long time ago, and it still kind of scares me today, where I had to go inside somebody's house to
Oh.
get the stuff,
Nah, that's how you get.
and it was just a fucking popcorn ball, and I fucking hate those things.
Was it in town?
Yeah.
That was my old neighbor who has since passed, and she was sweet. And those popcorn balls were fucking gassy.
I hate
You take
popcorn
you
balls.
take that back.
I hate
She was
popcorn
the
balls.
sweetest old woman.
But I was like 10, no, not 10, maybe 11 or 12, and like she opened the screen door, was like, "Come on in," and I look back at my mom. I'm like, I gotta go in.
If you would have seen this lady, you would have known that like she just.
I didn't know these people.
I was gonna say for trick or treating growing up, I pretty much just went to relatives.
You didn't like do the whole. Yeah, I grew up in a small town, so it's like Well, I mean, we grew up in the same town, but it's like, I don't know. It's like you knew everybody's houses you were going to.
Yeah, and I had to walk inside their house a good ways.
Yeah, because I remember, because you had the front porch and you had
Yeah.
to go through, like, her kitchen was right off the porch.
So
I know exactly what house you're
me
talking
being
about.
new to the neighborhood, I was a bit scared.
You had nothing to be scared of. She was sweet. My first job I ever had was she employed me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I would, because we had to go to the post office to get our mail. So she would pay me 50 cents a week to go get the mail for her.
Damn.
She had a little baggie she would hang on her doorknob. So I get off school, and then I'd grab my bike, and then I'd grab my parents' post office keys, and then I'd go grab the little baggie off her door handle, and then I'd ride down to the post office, get the mail, and then drop it off at her house. And then on Fridays, I'd go get the little mail bag, and it had 50 cents in there. Or I think it was 50 cents a day is what she started out doing, and then she just started paying me like $2 a week.
Wow,
That's what it was.
that's pretty good back then.
Because a lot of times she would like throw in a 50-cent piece, and I'm like, that's fucking sick. So I had a bunch of those as a kid from her. Yeah, she was super sweet. Rest in peace, my old neighbor. And little popcorn balls were gas, and you're just ungrateful.
I'm just
yeah,
ungrateful.
She made those homemade.
Did she make those homemade?
Yes.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and now she's dead, so fuck you.
Rest in peace, popcorn ball lady.
Yeah. One of my neighbors would give out microwave popcorn, like the pouches.
Sick.
Yeah, I had.
That's my favorite snack.
Oh, see, that's fine, but not the popcorn balls that were
I didn't
handmade
like
with
the
love.
popcorn balls. I like the
Shit.
good old fashioned shit.
So,
That shit in the bag.
I went kind of all out for Halloween last year. I did up goodie bags with Pokemon cards in them.
Your Halloween was awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to be that person at Halloween.
I wasn't. I was almost certain I'd get no one out here
Yeah.
because I don't live in town. I'm just like outside of town. But I was like, I'll buy candy just in case there's that like one family that, for whatever reason,
Yeah.
comes out this way. So I just sat down. Gizmo and I were chilling the whole time, and it's like, oh, 8 o'clock, no one's coming.
Actually, people drove by, but he was dressed like that, so
Yeah.
they kept going.
I was just standing by my window, just like
Are they gonna come in?
they were freaking intimidated.
I
sure
hate
that's
how
what it was.
fedoras got ruined. I really do.
Patrick Stump used to rock a fedora.
He did.
Yeah.
And then they became a meme, and now the like 7 fedoras I have are useless to me now.
I liked the Patrick Stump style where it was like the edge of it was all rolled.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'd wear mine.
Tegan's trying to make his look like a 1950s detective.
I think
With
Tegan is just trying to look as ridiculous as possible.
Ridiculous.
Stylish.
Stylish.
Freaking stylish.
Did you have to buy those sunglasses or did you own those?
Yeah, I bought
Are
them.
those Oakleys, dude?
No.
Oh.
No, they're like $5
I still have my
sunglasses.
Oakleys, but I can't wear them in my car. I can't see without wearing my regular glasses.
Yeah, Matthew won a pair of Oakleys at our junior prom
Yeah.
or our senior prom.
Senior prom.
Yeah,
That's when I got hypnotized.
yeah. And Matthew got hypnotized in 2016, and it was like, oh, like you're gonna imagine your favorite celebrity, and his was
Keanu Reeves. Fucking love the Matrix movies, dude. Freaking love them.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Apparently, the book is fucking huge, and it's way more in depth than what the movie shows. It's literal like psychology shit in the
Well,
book.
that's usually how it goes because they add all that lore stuff
Yeah.
into the books and mythos.
Mm-hmm. I watched. Who are the two people? Are they brothers that made it?
I believe at least one of them came out as trans
Oh, really?
a long time ago. I don't know if the other one did as well. But,
Gotcha.
But they're
I-
siblings.
Okay, that's what I thought. I watched an interview
They're
about
like Wasakis or
yeah, something like that. But I watched it was like a summarized version of the interview, and they were talking about all that shit, and I'm like, holy crap, because apparently a lot of the actors had to read the book and understand the philosophy behind it, which seems like a lot for an action movie.
Well, I love the story Will Smith turned down the role of Neo because he really didn't understand it, and Sean Connery turned down the role of Morpheus because he's like, this is just
Too much.
I don't even understand a lick of it.
I couldn't picture anybody else in those roles though.
Yeah.
Like that movie seems really well casted.
Well, it's like Sean Connery also turned down Gandalf because he didn't understand Lord of the Rings,
Oh, a
Nice.
big letdown.
but because no, but because
I was joking.
those movies were such successes. When he got the script for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, he's like, I don't really understand this. But the last two that I turned down that I didn't understand
Oh, no.
were such hits. I gotta do this. And then that flopped, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna retire from acting.
Oh, poor guy.
No, it's kind of karma.
Yeah, he's kind of a piece of shit.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know.
He's the one who says it's like okay to hit women.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh. It's not okay to hit women. Take
Yeah.
that from the jester.
Unless they're giving you some lip.
Yeah, and like any neckbeard would say.
If they're not a traditional housewife, while providing everything.
This is gonna give me PTSD. I'm afraid.
Why, have you experienced this before?
Not to like this extent. But
I
it's
hope
like,
not.
You know, you'll go out on a date with a guy, and it's like, all right, it's just fun, okay. And then you'll go on a second date, and it's like, oh, something's off, but I can't place it.
I
And then-
can't place it.
And then you get to the third date,
Quick.
and then they start saying shit like that, and it's like, okay, yeah.
Hello, madam.
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Evening, ma'am.
Like, there's a way to be a gentleman and not be a neckbeard about it.
What? What are some neckbeard triggers for you, Kurt Cobain?
Well, you know, yeah, I just love Courtney Love. Sorry. I can't do a Kurt Cobain. I'm sorry.
Come.
As you are. Sorry. What was the question?
Neckbeard.
Neckbeard.
Yeah, neckbeard.
Yeah. I had one guy one time, we went to a Mexican restaurant, and he kind of was weird about the fact, because he didn't drink, which I've got no problem. People choose not to drink. No big deal. And I made a joke about, like, getting a margarita because it was a Sunday night. And he goes, well, I don't drink. And I'm thinking, I wasn't, like, asking for your permission. But I'm like, he's probably going to grab the check, so I won't get a margarita. And stop. I'm going to punch you in the mouth. But, so that happened. And then later on the date, because that date happened, like, the day after my birthday that year. And I said something about, like, at my birthday party, I was dual-wielding cocktails. Because I don't know if you remember, I was drinking something, and then one of my friends asked for a whiskey sour. I'm like, whiskey sour sounds kind of good right now. So at the end of my birthday party, I was drinking 2 cocktails.
Damn.
And I'm telling this because I'm like, oh, that would be a fun little antidote. Because, you know, he's asking about how my birthday went. And he was really weird about the fact that, like, and he reiterated, like, well, I don't drink. So, and I was like, okay.
Okay, that's
I
a weird way to
still
segue.
had 2 cocktails last night. But then he would be weird because he'd say that, but he's like, oh, but, like, I'm the only one in my family who can drink scotch. And I'm like, but you don't drink. So
What?
it's like he's trying to be this tough guy, but then, I don't know. It was weird. He also raced RC cars.
That's freaking awesome.
That's freaking awesome.
So it's just stuff like that. And it's like, I'm sure it was probably just me overreacting a bit. But
I don't think so.
okay, good. Because in my gut,
As
I was
usual,
like,
the woman overreacting.
yeah. So
Huh?
just like little things like that where it's like, I don't know. Like, it's the first date. You don't need to, like, tell me what I can and can't do.
Fair enough.
Because then I went on a date shortly after that, and I was telling the guy, because we went out, and I was a little bit late, and I walked in, and he was drinking a beer. And I was like, oh, thank God. And then I ordered a beer, and I told him that. And he goes, why would he, like, not want you to order a margarita? I'm like, I thought that was so bizarre. Like, I thought that was just me overreacting, but nope. The other guy agreed with me. He wasn't a neckbeard. He was a nice guy. Not a nice guy
Not a
like
nice
that,
guy,
like an
but-
actual nice guy.
What an actual nice guy.
Yeah, but I don't want to get in not to get in my dating personal life, but yeah, just stuff like that, little things.
Maddie, what's some bad dates you've been on? Just so it's not all about Jaylene and her awful dating history.
So mine, I have not dated a lot, but
Well, obviously not dressed like that.
Yeah.
Jeez, how?
Nobody just understands the gesture and how funny he is, dude.
That's Matthew's persona. It's a gesture.
Persona.
All right, sorry.
Uh,
Continue.
But I was planning a date with somebody I was talking to online, and I think I told you guys this story, but this was the closest thing I have to it. Her location was Springfield, Ohio, and so I checked the map, and I'm like, oh, that's not too far from me. So we were talking for a good while, and then I finally was like, hey, why don't we meet? I'll come down to Springfield. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's great. And then she sends me a text, but I don't actually live in Springfield. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I don't live there. I'm like, well, where do you live? And it was just some place that I had no idea where it was at. And I'm like, that's kind of suspicious. So I did not go through with it.
Yeah.
And I blocked her. That's the closest I had to a bad date. All the dates I have been on, usually pretty good.
I was gonna say a lot of the dates I've been on, it's like very early on. You can kind of tell. Yeah, I can see a second one happening.
You know what? I do have a different one.
Ooh.
So this was me. I was dating somebody who was a different religion than me. So I was learning all this new stuff. And I got real nervous on our first dinner date because I didn't want to order ham, or I didn't want to order pork because they don't eat pork. They don't appreciate that. And my dumb ass was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just take like I don't know, a ham sandwich or something." And she looks at me, and I look at her, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" And she laughs. She's like, "It's fine." I said, I forgot ham was pork.
Same animal.
Yeah, but
At least you didn't order a margarita.
Matthew's like, yeah, I'll have the ham sandwich. Can I get bacon on the side? And
I was thinking like pork chops and shit like that. And I'm like, oh shit, ham's from a pig. But
Didn't you know that from playing Minecraft?
mhm,
I guess you can't really
I
get
did,
ham,
but like I said, it was our first dinner date. I was very nervous. But we did end up dating for a good while, so all in all, it turned out fine. But that was kind of embarrassing, and I felt real bad. She's like, I don't care. I'm like, yeah,
That's
but
good that like she's chill about it.
yeah, but I didn't.
yeah, but it's also good on your end to
Be aware of that.
try to be mindful, but
Yeah.
it happens.
So I kind of redeemed myself from that first thing because another time when she was over at my house, we were cooking breakfast, and we wanted there's like pork-free sausage or something like that, and so we were looking for it, and she's like, oh yeah, I found some, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh no, nope, not that one, because it did have pork in it, and I said, here, this one. She's like, oh yeah. So I redeemed myself.
There you go.
But that was embarrassing for the first kind of dinner date that we did.
Actual dates, I've been okay. Yeah, as I was saying, it's usually very clear within like the first 20-30 minutes if it's like, oh, this could possibly go to a second date or something. And then it's always, I know it's not necessary, but I usually pay for the first date just so it's like, all right, get that out of the way. And then if they're like, no, I'll pay for my half, then I'm usually like, all right,
I don't let him.
It
nope,
depends.
I'm taking it.
Don't be that guy. Don't be a dick about it.
Sometimes I'll be like, no, it's all right, I got it. And if they're like, no, I want to
I
pay
feel
for
like
mine.
if they interject a second time,
yeah.
then you let them split.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you really want to be the gentleman and pay, and then you offer, and she's like, oh no, we can split it, and then if you like double down, and then she doubles down, if she
Yeah.
doubles
That's-
down, then you let her
That's-
split
Yeah.
it.
You let her.
Yeah, it's usually the, no, I'll get it. And if they're like,
Be-
no, it's okay, I can pay for myself. And you're like, no, it's fine. If they're like, no, I will pay for myself, then you're like, all right.
All
Yeah,
right.
because then you don't want to like,
Okay.
get in an argument.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's really customary, especially like where we're from, because we're in a smaller like more rural area.
Yeah.
A lot of people are more traditional.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I kind of know when I go on dates. I don't want to say I expect it, but I kind of know that like, okay, the guy's gonna want to pay. So like that's my thing. They'll get the check, and I'm like, oh, like we can split it. Like, do you want me to Venmo you or whatever? And then he'll be like, oh no, I got it. I'll be like, okay.
Block.
Block.
Yeah. So I did feel bad one time though, because I got like a few cocktails the one first date I went on, and I was like, no, I'll actually pay for those because I didn't expect to have 2 drinks and dinner. And he goes, oh no. It's like, okay.
Okay,
Well, I tried.
you did try.
What are you gonna do?
But you're not gonna try again.
We went to a movie a week later, and I bought our movie tickets online because I knew the motherfucker was gonna try and pay for me. And I'm like,
But see, that stuff I don't mind, where it's like, if you see yourself going on multiple dates, I got this one.
Yeah.
You can get the.
I don't like early on dating where I'm getting like paid for everywhere. I just
Jesus Christ, Matthew.
Sorry.
he's
I
getting
got,
uncomfortable.
I got real uncomfortable.
Have fun with that audio, Jaylene.
Jesus fucking Christ. It can't be any worse than editing last week's podcast. That's all I'm gonna say. Fuck Burguy, man. Sorry, I just gotta get that out there. Fuck Burguy for real. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, I don't like really early on dating where I don't pay for anything. That makes me feel real weird. So usually if I go on a second or third date, I'll offer to like pay or at least pick up a bill somewhere.
Yeah, because some people can then use that as like a obligation thing where it's like, oh, I've paid for all this.
And it's like, well, I didn't ask you to. So
Yeah.
I just will start throwing my credit card down.
Matthew's one of those guys.
It really helps if you just don't date anybody, and then you don't have to worry about that. I'm starting to realize that. So I just take myself to the movies.
With
take
us dressed
myself out
like
to
this,
dinner.
we don't have to worry.
You got that right.
I look hot. I don't know about you. I'm like Kurt Cobain if he had a nice rack.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
Who wouldn't want that? Come on.
Did you just have that flannel or?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kurt Cobain was more of like a striped shirt kind of a guy. He wore
Striped
flannel
pajamas
sometimes.
type of guy.
Oh.
But like, I already had to buy this wig and these sunglasses. So it's like whatever. I can get kind of grungy with what I have. So I didn't think like the Kurt Cobain police would be after me, but maybe
Post this to the Kurt Cobain subreddit.
the Nirvana Circle Jerk subreddit.
They might enjoy it.
They will not. They'll tear me to shreds over there.
Really?
Nirvana fans are like so weird. Because you'll get the ones that are really chill, and then the ones who are so like uppity up about Nirvana.
That's any fan base.
But it's
Yeah.
like some are just worse than others. Like Radiohead and Nirvana fans are just resentless because it's like
Resentless.
That's why you gotta become a Muse fan.
Muse fans are like they kind of just know how Muse is. I feel that way about Weezer fans too.
Like I've said this before. I like some of Muse's music, but I feel like they would be such a better band if they were just instrumental. Uh-oh.
Is it a bit? Is this a bit?
Oh, fwick. Hello? But kitten,
What the fuck?
how could you mod Evan's Discord? Oh, no. Oh, fwick, guys. My Discord kitten.
How proud of
What
you? How
the
proud
fuck?
of yourself were you when you came
What
up with
the
that bit?
I gotta go.
What the fuck just happened?
Oh,
His Discord kitten, dude.
fwick. All that Reddit karma I gave her.
Oh my,
Oh, fwick.
dude, you gotta drop that kitten.
Oh, fwick.
You need a new one.
All women just want my Reddit karma.
How much karma?
Do you have that on a timer, or like is your phone like
It was
set to
def-
go off when we
it
start
was
talking about
definitely
Reddit?
a timer. Then he manually put in that fucking ringtone for the sound,
But we
dude.
were just talking about Reddit. What the fuck?
I didn't. I think he stirred it. I think he turned it to the Reddit for just a second.
No, you wanted. I was like, I'll set a timer for like 20 to 30 minutes into the podcast to go off.
Oh my god, I just picture you like plotting that. Like,
I thought of it this morning.
Not
Jesus.
what? Okay, this is gonna make me sound really old, but what the fuck is a Discord kitten? Because I've heard that before.
It's basically
Just like a Discord girlfriend?
yeah. The girls would go like ooh ooh.
Ugh,
So me on Discord.
I gotta get me one
No,
of
I'm
those.
kidding.
I want a
like how-
jester. I want a jester Discord kitten.
Jester.
Yeah.
Hardly know
Know
her. Sorry. I don't like who we're turning into. I also love how Matthew said ooh, and then right away he's like, I need one of those. Actually changed my mind.
Actually changed my mind.
That actually sounds freaking awesome.
Sounds freaking sweet.
Freaking awesome.
I think she does the wrist curls too.
Only when I ask.
Ooh.
Oh,
Jesus.
flick.
You ever had to do the wrist thing for a man?
No, I haven't.
Why not?
I just,
You're meeting the wrong
I
guys.
guess, yeah.
Think about it.
Nobody's ever asked.
You got me a wheeled gentleman.
Yeah, is that what I'm? Yeah. I don't like what this has turned into. That really just pushed me.
What
over the
topic
edge.
were we on?
We were talking
I
about-
forget.
You were talking about Muse, which
Oh.
if that did play right into that.
Muse should be an instrumental band strictly.
They are, aren't they?
Instrumental is just
Instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah, no voices.
I know that.
yeah, but Muse
you listened to
has
Muse?
lyrics.
All of the Muse lyrics, all of the Muse songs have lyrics.
The majority of Muse
Yeah.
songs, I'm sure, have lyrics.
I'm sure there's some like interludes.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, but they do have instruments, right?
Yeah.
So isn't it all instrumental?
No, because there's some guy singing. You just fucking got pissy when I tried to explain what instrumentals are to you. And it's like,
What?
I know.
I didn't get pissy.
Yeah. well,
He got a little defensive.
You're like,
Play the clip. You got a little pissy.
Lead me to my wrist curls, please.
So then we're trying to explain that yes, Muse does sing, and then you're like, well, they have instruments too. Well, actually,
well, actually.
oh shit, I'm getting all pissed off. That actually just pissed me off. Fuck you, Matthew.
I'm the jester.
I agree with you to a certain point, but even like some.
like,
Yeah, I will say I don't know the name of the song, but it's the one song that goes.
Knights of Sidonia.
Yeah,
Or no, that's Uprising.
yeah, and it's like I would like that song a lot more if that guy wasn't fucking screaming on it.
What?
Not even screaming. It's like
I think his vocals are fine for what Muse is, but a lot of their songs are just like, how can we talk about this one topic in slightly different words?
yeah, I don't really fuck with Muse. Just personally, they have a like handful of songs that I don't mind. Their early stuff I'm like kind of okay with, but what can you do? You can't.
Tegan,
like
do you have a
everything.
favorite Muse album?
Simulation Theory.
Fuck yeah, I need to listen to that.
I own it.
Is that their instrumental album? But there's instruments on it, right?
Now you're getting it.
I'm gonna fucking punch you in the fucking hat. Beat you to death with little skulls that are hanging off your hat.
What you guys don't know is I have a second alarm
Oh god, I wouldn't put
for a
past you.
second bit.
What do you think neckbeards listen to actually? I don't think they're quite into Muse.
Andrew Tate.
I meant music wise.
Andrew Tate with Lo-Fi.
Oh,
They don't listen to lo-fi beats. There's no way.
there's no way to
Lo-fi's
listen to
too
lo-fi.
chill. They gotta listen to like
Or what's that TikTok song that always plays for those alpha male?
what song is that? I know what you're talking about.
There's like 3 that rotate.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much just that.
They probably listen to like butt rock, right?
Butt rock.
Kid Rock.
What's butt rock?
Oh my god, Matthew doesn't know shit about music. It's like Creed and Shinedown and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
A lot of peop-
Why is it called butt rock?
'Cause it sucks.
Okay, fair
yeah.
enough.
Or
Fair
sometimes
enough.
people call it like divorced dad rock.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that
Yeah.
one before.
Yeah.
It is butt rock.
Not butt rock though.
They probably listen to like Buck Cherry, Crazy Bitch.
Wheatus. Teenage
Weezer.
Dirtbag. I wanted to say Weezer, but I love Weezer, and I know Weezer fans. But some of them, yeah, I could see. I
Green
could see
Day?
that. Not Green Day, no.
Jazz.
Just jazz.
Just jazz.
Yeah. God, I don't want to be a neckbeard ever. If that starts happening to me, just put me down, please.
After this podcast, I'm shaving.
But I'm gonna need to shower after this podcast. I feel too grungy.
Yeah, I need a shower too, honestly.
I haven't showered in 14 days.
I believe that. I could smell it.
That's what I smelled
He
on my way
really
here.
was trying to get into character.
I went method for this.
Yeah.
Ew.
Dude, so did I. You know how much heroin's in my veins right now?
Damn!
I was shooting up point for this. That's why I got here so early. I had to prove it to Tegan. Can we say that on the podcast? I was shooting up heroin?
I don't think so.
Oh, I
You're
said
gonna have
it.
to bleep it.
Nah, it's fine.
We'll never get monetized now.
Sorry. If you're watching and you want to support us, send me some more heroin, please. 'Cause
You're really digging yourself a grave here.
I'm
Kurt
reusing
Cobain.
this costume, so I'm gonna need it.
So we're at like 21 subscribers now.
Yes.
Over under 25 by the end of the year.
Yeah. Under.
Under.
I'll
We're
be
really
the one to believe that we're going over.
Do you want to bet on it for real?
Sure.
I don't want to bet like against us like that though. I feel weird putting money on that. But if I do that, then people will be like, "We got to prove that bitch
Yeah.
wrong."
$5.
Yeah. $5.
$5.
If we get over 25 or over, you guys will each pay me $5. If
That's nothing. $5. Make
Well,
it interesting.
you want it 50?
I see it like 10 at least.
No, I need to buy new tires. What do you mean?
Yeah, I put some.
All right, we're fine with $5. So then,
I would-
that's not fair. We got to split it then.
No, I would pay both of you $5.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! All right.
So really, he's getting the bad end of
But
the
then
Yeah.
you get $10, or we do
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
together. You see what I'm saying?
No, you both pay $5 because it's 2 against 1.
But it's not fair. You need a teammate.
No.
You need a teammate, and then I'll make this.
There's
bet.
only
I'll
3
call
of us.
Bird Guy right now.
Call Burguy.
Hey, Discord kitten.
That's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
who called him. It wasn't a bit. Bright actually called him and said all that.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Don't fall for those Discord hoes. Don't do it. Not worth it.
Do you think he'll pick up? He's probably playing disc golf.
It's a nice day for disc golf.
That's a little chilly, but it's not bad.
Nah, it's nice out.
Please. Oh, please.
What are you gonna say?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
He's busy. He actually hates you. Oh no.
I won't.
We'll put that bet on hold
Yeah, I agree.
because it's not fair to us.
I'll leave my phone out just in case he tries calling back.
Or your second bit comes up.
No, there's no second bit.
My God.
Maybe.
That was part of it to call Burguy, and that's the signal. So Burguy knows to wait 10 more minutes until he
And then call
calls
him
back.
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fwick.
Just wait. I got one of my friends dressing up as Courtney Love to run in and shoot me in the head.
Damn.
Because Courtney did it. If you didn't know. Actually, no. Fuck that. I hate that discourse. Leave Courtney Love alone.
Why she did it?
No, she didn't.
I watched a documentary, though.
You seem like the type of person who would do that. Fucking incel.
You know who else has a documentary now?
SeaWorld.
P. Diddy.
Stop.
Did he do it?
How many times are we going to make that Diddy joke on the pod couch?
No, that's the 50 Cent documentary.
What?
Yeah, 50 Cent was...
No, 50 Cent. Actually.
You just turned into Harry Potter.
Actually, 50 Cent, mate.
I was making fun of my mom for being just super white about how she likes Eminem. That's the only rapper that she likes. And my mom got real defensive. She goes, "Nuh-uh. I listened to more than Eminem back in the day. I'm like, then what? She goes, I listen to 50. She said it just like that.
I liked when
I was like, God damn, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
I liked
doubt
when
you.
Logic was good.
Was Logic good?
No, never.
Yeah.
No.
He had his time.
Could you even name a Logic song?
No. no. Huh?
There are better white rappers than Logic.
Jacob Burguy.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Stream 'em.
Put it up.
I'm not kidding. Burguy is going to be in my Spotify rap this year because I keep listening to, I think it's the first diss track. And it's fire when it comes on, like, mid-run. It's like, ooh, I'm ready to get going. But
Do you ever go on a run, Neckbeard?
not dressed like that.
I run all the time in Skyrim. No, but I go on walks with Gizmo all the time.
I was just trying to make a funny bit, and you delivered. So thank you.
Did he? I didn't fucking
Did he
laugh.
do it?
Stop.
That was part of the bit too.
Stop.
I already knew she was gonna say that.
Stop it right now. both
Hook,
of
line,
you.
and sinker.
Got that bitch good.
What? Now I'm getting called a bitch.
I'm kidding.
What's new?
Jeez, how?
I'm kidding.
Bad bitch number one.
God, last time I get high on heroin for a podcast episode. It's really bringing
Isn't
me down.
that supposed to be an upper? You seem down.
Is heroin an upper?
Oh
I've
shit!
never
Wait,
taken
I
it.
don't actually know.
I think it just kind of like
Mellows you out.
mellows you out.
Okay,
yeah,
so
like you're
I
pretty
guess it
even.
would be a downer.
Kurt Cobain took it because he had like chronic like stomach issues that
Sure he
nobody
did.
could figure out.
Sure, he did.
Well, fuck you. Sorry. I'm sure he did it for other reasons, but like he used it to self-medicate because he was in so much pain from his
Oh.
stomach.
I mean, I know that feeling. I get bad stomach aches every now
Yeah,
and again.
but like his
When your tummy hurts for too long,
Yeah.
this is it.
This is it. That happened to me like 2 days ago. I don't know what it was, but I ate something or I drank something I really wasn't supposed to, and like, oh my god, my stomach. I felt like it was gonna explode, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me, stomach?
like Matthew like accidentally like drank antifreeze or something. It's like I had something I probably shouldn't have.
Huh? It probably was something I wasn't supposed to
Tide
have.
pod.
Maybe, I don't know, but it all worked out in the end.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I am too, because that shit hurt.
Oh my god, we're going off the rails. I'm afraid we are off the rails.
We're a crazy train.
Maybe neckbeards listen to Ozzy Osbourne.
No.
They actually probably do listen to like Black Sabbath and like Metallica and shit like that.
I could see Black
you know
Sabbath.
what? Yeah, I could see that.
But not Ozzy Osbourne.
I don't want to put Ozzy Osbourne on the same wavelength as Neckbeards, dude.
But you're gonna put Black Sabbath there?
Yeah, I don't listen to Black Sabbath.
It shows.
Do you know who the singer of Black Sabbath is?
Sabaton,
And it's Ozzy
The-
Osbourne.
the other Black Sabbath.
Ozzy Osbourne. Matthew, we need to enroll you in a music history course.
Well, just pop culture.
That honestly, yeah, I will. A little
You guys
behind
need
the
to do a better
scenes.
job.
Do your own research.
Fuck that.
A little behind the scenes is a lot of times we'll show up to film and like there will be some drama that happened in the pop culture sphere, and I'll be like, hey, maybe let's not bring this up. Just because there's new details coming out, and Matthew would be like, "Wait, who was that? What happened?" It's like, "Oh my god!"
How do you guys know all the fucking time?
I just hear about it.
What do you mean you hear about it?
You just did you never like go on social media?
I must be using the wrong social medias, I guess.
I don't know what to tell you, but
Rule 34 is not a social media, Matthew.
Yeah, it is. It's art.
Doesn't mean it's a social media.
Yeah, you're
y'all remember DeviantArt?
right. Oh,
You look like you had a DeviantArt account.
5.
5 of them. Why?
One for each fandom he's part of.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I could keep complimenting the girls
The goers.
on their artwork.
On the artwork.
And if they blocked one account, then
He's got the burners. Oh man.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, dude.
I love how we're making fun of you, but like this guy exists somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I hate that.
He's our 22nd subscriber.
Oh
Oh
shit.
no.
If you're acting like this, please don't subscribe to us.
Oh shit, we're gonna lose like 5 subscribers now.
Burguy's gonna have to unsubscribe.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't know. I keep wanting to like talk about something else, but I don't know where to go from where we end up. Like we end up somewhere that I don't want to be, and I'm like, how do I steer the conversation back to somewhere that's semi-normal?
Just let it happen.
Yeah. Just go with the flow.
Yeah. I
Go with
guess.
the flow.
I don't know. This episode's really tolling on me for some reason. Like I feel like I'm actually gonna lose my mind.
Well, you got sleep paralysis demon and a neck beard
It's actually
on
I'm
your shoulders.
actually
just-
living my nightmares. For real. I have to take home and take like a extra long bubble bath and like I don't know, do something to decompress after this.
I got skulls.
I see that. Yeah.
I got skulls, dude.
Matthew's like a 5-year-old
Huh?
in their first Halloween costume. Squash.
I got
Squash.
Matthew, we're gonna take you trick or treating, but it's cold, so make sure you put a coat on over your costume.
I don't wanna. I'll be fine.
You can see it.
Won't be able to see my skulls.
What was like your guys' favorite Halloween costume you had as a kid?
Uh-oh. It's my Anakin Skywalker one with
You
the
were
red
Anakin?
with the red lightsaber. My grandma has a frame.
Like from episode 3, Anakin?
Yeah.
That's sick as fuck.
I also did in episode 3 Anakin one time.
Let's fucking go, bro.
Hell yeah. That's actually super
My
cool.
grandma.
I did Temple of Doom Indiana Jones one year as a kid.
That doesn't surprise me. What about your grandma?
She has that picture of me in my Anakin costume framed.
Oh
Because
yeah.
my sister was a bumblebee because she was real little back then, and it was like a backdrop, like a moon,
Yeah.
and I had my little lightsaber. I'm just like,
We need to get that as like a podcast set piece. Get in the
Huh?
background. Frame picture.
they'll
of
probably
Matthew
let
as
me
Anakin.
take it.
Well, what's your favorite costume, Jaylene?
I remember at like I had to be like 8 or 9. I wanted to be a goth princess.
Hell yeah, that's sick.
And my mom's like, all right, and I wore like a black wig, and like we went to Goodwill and got like this long black dress and had black fingernail polish and black lipstick, and I had like one of those plastic tiaras, and we spray painted it black. It was sick. Yeah, I knew I was
That's-
gonna be an emo kid.
That
after
sounds
that.
awesome.
That's one that comes to mind. I got one of those like costumes that looks like you're like have a horse, but it's the suspender one, and I had a unicorn one. That one was cool. Probably two of my favorites right there. Not as cool as episode 3 Anakin Skywalker, but
with the red lightsaber.
oh sorry,
See, I had the blue lightsaber.
you guys should
He
fight.
was way cooler with the red lightsaber, dude. I don't even know if that was canon or not. I think-
episode 3.
I think, well, not in the movie, but the episode 3 game.
Yeah.
You remember that? You could play against other people as
Yeah.
the characters, and if you were Anakin and someone else played Anakin, they had the red lightsaber. I thought that was the coolest shit ever.
And then there's the alternate ending where if you play as Anakin during the Obi-Wan fight, Obi-Wan ends up being the one to die,
Oh shit.
and then Darth Sidious hands Anakin his red lightsaber,
What?
and Anakin just stabs Sidious.
Are you pulling my leg?
No.
I
Jaylene,
need-
put up the clip.
I need to see this. I need to see this.
It's the like PS2 graphics, so Obi-Wan like swings and misses and goes, ooh.
Oh?
And Anakin just strikes him down, and then it's like,
I also remember in Battlefront 2, the story mission in
the
Coruscant.
501st.
Dude, he had his hood up in that fucking mode. Coolest fucking shit I ever did see. He had the blue lightsaber, of
Yeah.
course, but man, the cloth physics back then, that shit was sick.
Do you think if Obi-Wan gets murdered by Anakin, that like Luke doesn't end up like becoming who he does in Star Wars?
Well, yeah, he'd just be stuck shooting womp rats.
Because like Obi-Wan's the one who kind of leads him that way. But it's like, do you think the Force would have guided him to like defeat Darth Vader?
You know what?
It's a good hypothetical.
I'm sure there's legends books and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not
on
gonna
that.
fucking read them.
Yeah, me either.
Those used to be like the books I would get at the public library.
I have a Darth Maul one.
The comic books they had where it's like Darth Vader versus Darth Maul.
Oh shit.
That one was fucking sick because Darth Maul was like behind him and he stabs himself to get to Darth Maul. And he's like,
What?
That's metal as fuck.
That's fucking awesome.
and it's like, or something like, how much hate do you have for me to do this? And Darth Vader's like, the only person I hate more than you is myself.
oh my god.
It's like,
Jeez.
that's fucking metal.
That's metal as fuck.
Then
dude.
there was another one where Darth Vader lives episode 6 and then gets a white suit at the end with a blue lightsaber, and that's, as a kid you're like, dude, this would have been so freaking cool.
Damn.
That sounds like a fan fiction, but apparently
Well,
it's
that's what legends were.
Okay.
It was like, dude, Darth Vader and Darth Maul, the two most popular Sith. What if they fight? How would we make that happen? Darth Maul's a freaking robot type thing or something like that. And it's like, yeah.
Are you trying to do the voice, or this
No.
just something you're kind of just?
No.
It's becoming
Yeah.
a part of you. I knew this would happen. He's not gonna be able to take that fedora off. It's gonna be stuck to him. It'll be like the
Someone's
fucking-
gonna compliment him out in public, and he's not gonna have the fedora, but he'll go to reach it, and he'll be like, "Oh shit!"
You're gonna be like fucking
flick.
the Ice King with like the crown gives you the incel powers. It's just what the fedora does. Then it slowly starts to take over, and slowly like you don't even need the fedora anymore. You're just permanently an incel.
My hair will like morph into a fedora.
That sounds like a Star Wars legend story right there.
Let's see, what are some other Star Wars legends?
I know there's one where like Luke has a wife.
Yeah, Mara Jade.
Yeah.
That was like a whole series because
Because a lot of people thought that like that was gonna be Rey's mom,
yeah,
and then they fucked up the new trilogy, and we don't talk about it.
yeah, and then Han Solo and Leia had 3 kids. Jason.
Voorhees.
They would not name their kid Jason.
It was Jacen.
Still. I can't say
Then
that.
it was, I want to say Jason
Derulo.
Jaden, who were twins. Shut up. It was a boy and girl twin, and then the youngest son was Anakin Solo.
Damn.
And then in those legends, Chewbacca like throws Anakin onto a ship because they're on a planet that's blowing up, and then that's how Chewbacca dies. And then that builds a rift between Han Solo and Anakin because it's like, you got my best friend killed, and Anakin's just like a 15-year-old like, oh shit, I got my dad's best friend killed.
That's fucked up.
I get that like Anakin sort of has that like redemption moment at the end of the OG trilogy, but it's like even then he was still a piece of shit, and Leia didn't really know him.
But they explain in the books like because the big conversation was Anakin's kind of a piece of shit guy, and she's
Yeah.
like, this is his form of redemption. And then Anakin Solo's like whole arc is like, with my name being Anakin, I'm worried that I'll fall to the dark side.
Got it.
And then episode 1 was coming out, and they're like, George Lucas was like, well, we can't have 2 Anakins. So then they killed Anakin Solo off. And
Oh shit.
That's unfortunate.
Sorry, kid.
Sorry, kitten.
Ew. I walked right into that one also. Stop.
I could have a whole podcast talking about Star Wars legends.
I didn't know you were such a fucking loser nerd who knew
Let's
all
talk
that.
about Ewoks.
No, actually no. I'm
Ewoks.
gonna cut this whole segment.
Zoo pals.
Dude.
I was obsessed with Zoo
Oh
Pals.
my God.
I think
always-
every kid was.
I wanted those so bad. The fucking pig. I wanted the pig one.
They brought him back.
And they did for
It wasn't
Yeah.
the same.
Shut up. Yeah.
oink oink. Zoo pals. Buzz buzz. Zoo pals. Zoo pals make eating fun.
Oh. You want to hear something really embarrassing that I did recently?
Yes, madam.
I was, I can't look at either of you. I was, just all in my
Chilling.
feelings or whatever, and I was just.
Oh,
scrolling
you're
through.
in your sensitive era.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's giving PMS. This is where I was.
Oh my gosh, sister, tell us more.
But that's where I was.
Flick, don't even talk about that gross stuff.
Oh, fuck you. Anyway, like, I was just having a day, and I was really in my feelings. Shout out Drake. Not really. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I
You were
said that.
listening to Drake?
I hate Drake. I actually do not like Drake. I just, fuck.
Wow.
I can't believe you brought up
Sorry.
Drake.
I hear he likes him young.
Bring him young.
Brigham Young University. Sorry.
Sorry.
Anyway, I was on TikTok. I was having a rough day, and somebody posted a bunch of like clips from Build-A-Bearville online, which is
Oh.
like it was basically like Webkins or Club Penguin, but with Build-A-Bear. And like they had the website had its own like soundtrack, so you had like your MP3 player in the bottom, and you could like pick which music plays while
cool.
you're playing the game. So they have the music playing. They're showing clips from the site. I dead ass started like crying on my couch while I this. I'm like, fucking take me back. There's people who are like remaking the site, like it's a fan made project. So hopefully they can, because I didn't realize how much I missed it. But I spent so much time playing Build-A-Bearville online. Everybody always talks about Webkins. And I had a Webkins also. And I scammed a bunch of people in school through Webkins, which I could tell that story also. I was so fucking smart. I was a little scammer in elementary school. I don't know what happened to me. But I would play the shit out of Build-A-Bearville. I had my first ever boyfriend online through Build-A-Bearville.
I know how that goes.
Yeah.
Wizard 101.
You had a Wizard 101 boyfriend?
Girlfriend.
So what if he had a boyfriend?
Yeah, so what?
I'm just surprised with Matthew's values.
Okay, that's fair. But no, I scammed a bunch of kids in Webkins when I was a kid. It was like in 4th grade, and like everybody fucking had Webkins. And I made up this whole story about how like, because wintertime was happening in real life, and I'm like, have you guys prepared for like the fall harvest? Because winter's coming up. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because you could grow crops and stuff in Webkins. And I'm like, well, you didn't do like the harvesting for the fall harvest to prepare for winter. And I like convinced all these kids that like you had to start growing your own food, because the Webkins store prices were going to go up in the winter, because it'd be hard to get food because it's too cold to grow any. And like, I want to say like 4 or 5 kids gave me their Webkins login so I could go in and harvest crops and like grow food for them. And as a reward, I'd sent myself like furniture and clothes from their Webkins account. And the prices never went up on
Holy
anything
shit.
because I fucking just swindled them. But
You guys give me shit about being a thief. Look at this person, dude.
I came up with that by myself in the 4th grade. I'm so sorry.
Good job.
Yeah, honestly,
Good
like,
job.
isn't that crazy? I did that and I pulled that off. Yeah. Sorry because I remember specifically like which kids gave me their information.
What were those real popular like animal wristbands? Silly bands?
Yeah.
Those were big. Those were big.
Yeah, those
people
were
would
big
bring
for about 2 years, and then
people would bring tubes of that shit, and
You
like
would
their
sit
whole
and trade them.
yeah, their whole arm would be full.
My middle
Good
school
times.
boyfriend gave me a silly bands that I still have to this day.
Aw.
It was like this light pink heart one, and I wore it every day till we broke up, and I still have it. It's like the only silly band I've got.
is that the boyfriend I know?
No.
Oh,
So no, he didn't give me shit.
I'll talk to him about that.
Yeah, he owes me something.
A silly band.
Yeah. I know you could probably get those somewhere. They would sell them literally everywhere because there were a bunch of off-brand ones because they were so popular. I had Phineas and Ferb ones, I remember.
I remember you having those.
Yeah, because everybody, like a lot of people wanted to trade for my Doofenshmirtz one, and I would not give it up.
Good.
Yeah, that one would sit with
High
my
dollar
heart
right
one,
there.
And I had a Hippo one that I never traded anybody.
I'm just waiting for Beanie Babies to skyrocket in price. Then Plaid Couch is funded
love-
for years.
Tegan brings that up a lot to the point where it's like I almost wouldn't be surprised if like
If
he
he's
had
got
a
Beanie
collection
Baby,
somewhere.
yeah.
Have you seen that video on TikTok? It's this guy on TikTok who's a big like doll collector. So he's got like Barbies and
No, I have not seen this guy.
it's a wholesome video. It's like I'm not making fun of the guy because I like got a few of his TikToks because he has a bunch of Monster High dolls, which I was a little too old for the Monster High dolls when they came out. I don't know if you guys remember those.
My
Oh, yeah.
sister was big into Monster High.
I was at that age where it's like you don't play with toys anymore, but I thought they were just cool looking, and like they had like kind of their version of solitaire on the Monster High website that I played the shit out of. But I never owned any of the dolls. And now as an adult, it's like I wish I just would have put one on my Christmas list because it'd be just fun to have.
Yeah.
So this guy on TikTok, because TikTok knows literally everything about you, it just sucks it out of your brain, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Because I don't think I've ever told anybody like my secret thing with Monster High. But he has a bunch of Monster High dolls, and he's like got them displayed in this room, and he's like got Barbies and all this other stuff. Like he's got a really sick doll collection, and I'm like, dude, that's like really cool. And he brought all his bros over to show all his guy, like straight guy friends, like, you know, like this is my doll collection. And I just love that like toxic masculinity is starting to like go away in some form, because all these straight dudes walk in and they're like, whoa, this is actually kind of
You know
impressive.
what? I've seen that video.
Yeah, and like they're just like, all right, this is sick. And then they get to the part, because the guy also repairs dolls, and it's like where he like tears off the heads and stuff to fix them, and they're like, well, that's kind of creepy, that part is. But they're like, this is sick as fuck. And I'm like,
you know what? Guys appreciate a nice collection
it's
of whatever
yeah,
it is.
it's a sick collection. But I like to think that'd be our friend group. Like if Tegan did have a thing in Beanie Babies, I think we'd mostly be like, he was telling us this whole time and no one believed him.
I have one in like a gold case that's just like, this is the rarest one.
But
It's just a golden bear. I could believe that.
what is something that you guys collect? Are you guys collectors of any sort?
No.
Metal
I
signs.
say you got
But
your metal signs.
I haven't gotten any in such a long time.
Women.
How's that coming along? Fucking incel.
The freaking winding up.
But I want a Monster High doll real bad. I always wanted the zombie one. She had like this pretty blue hair. Somebody buy me that, please. I want it just to have.
Okay.
We're going to go over to Jaylene's house one day, and she's just going to be playing with it.
Now, kiss.
No, she's not going to have anything else. It's just going to be her sitting on her floor, just like, oh, this is so freaking cool.
This is one Monster High doll. Yeah. Now I'm just thinking of the childhood I should have had. Nah, that's not true. I had a bunch of fun toys as a kid. It's just that was one that I feel like I really missed out on. You remember when Doodle Bears were big?
I had one. And like a doodle
There were
monster.
Doodle Monsters because all the girls in my class had Doodle Bears, and then they announced the Doodle Monsters.
So all the guys were like,
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
And my birthday money that year, I went and bought a Doodle Monster. It was so cool. I loved it because you could rip the stomach open and
Oh,
like
yeah.
pull out his guts and like pull his brain out. You not remember this?
I remember Doodle Bears and Doodle Monsters, but I never had one.
Oh, he had like a frog in his throat, so you could reach down his throat and pull out a frog and draw on the frog.
Uh-huh.
It's so sick.
I think mine was blue,
Yeah. I had the green one.
but the marker didn't show up too well because of that.
I just love that you could like pull his guts out. I thought that was the sickest thing.
You guys remember Pillow Pets?
It's a pillow.
It's
a
a
pet.
pet.
That was another fad that like lasted a good year or two, and
Yeah.
then
That was like
it's like the Squishmallows now.
yeah,
Oh,
but those are like really big, like for years now.
yeah, Squishmallows are nice.
I have.
I've got a
one.
bat one. I need to show that to you guys at some point. My mom got it for me shortly after moving into the house, and I'm like, oh, it's the cutest
I
little
have
thing.
like a lizard one, I think, that my mom got me. It's like a Valentine's lizard. She
Aw.
loves me so much. I think it's a lizard. I don't know. I did not move it into my house with me. I don't know why. I just didn't take it.
One of my favorite toys was a Harry Potter toy that I had, where it was like a figurine of Harry. He had his hand going like this and his wand like this, but there's air that came out of his hand, so you could put like the snitch, and like there's this book you could attach it to, and it would flip all the pages. It was really sick.
Damn.
It was awesome. And then I had when I was real little, I used to have a one of those big blue one of those big balls that you can
Oh, then you
bounce on.
Yeah.
I had that for so many years, and I probably played with it like way more than I should have when I got older.
I had one of those, but it was a kangaroo. Like it was a shaped one.
Mhm.
Had like this fur thing, and it's a kangaroo. Yeah.
The worst toy I had was moon shoes.
Oh, I
Those
always,
such disappointments.
I always wanted moon shoes.
The commercials made it look so awesome, and I finally got some, and I was so sad.
Yeah, I never owned those, but I went over to either a relative's or friend's house, and they had them, so I was like, oh, try them out. And it's like, these fucking suck.
They do suck. I felt bad for my parents.
They got scammed.
Yeah, they probably weren't cheap. Fucking commercials, dude.
I always wanted a Barbie dream house, and I never got one because they're like $400 or something.
Damn.
But I wanted one so bad as a kid. So I got the Polly Pocket cruise ship one year for Christmas. That thing was
nice.
gas. It was so cool. Yeah, we're not letting you talk. What did you like as a kid?
The toys I played with a lot as a kid were called Rescue Heroes.
Okay, I remember those.
Okay, yeah, and it was like the blue collar GI Joe.
Yeah.
Essentially, I had like so many of them. It was, and then my parents gave them away.
Aw.
But yeah, those were fucking sick.
I'm trying to remember any other toys.
Berguy and I would play like Power Rangers a lot. He
Yeah.
had the figures, so we did that quite a bit.
A lot of Jurassic Park toys,
Yeah.
dinosaur toys.
NASCAR, we'd play NASCARs a lot. He had a bunch of like NASCAR cars.
I collected Hot Wheels for a while. I used to have this bag that opened up, and it was like a grate, like a basket almost. Like you would close it, and it looked like a little suitcase, and then you'd open it up, and then there would be all your cars in it.
Sick.
And I liked the tracks that had the little speed boosters on them, and I would just try to put as much as I could because I wanted to make a black hole in my room. But
Did it ever work?
it never worked, unfortunately.
That's so fucking crazy.
I'd probably say the toy my brothers and I played with the most. We had a Fisher-Price basketball hoop, and we would have that in my room.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a tall ceiling by any means. It was just like a normal size ceiling. But we would actually have like basketball games in my room on the second floor. We'd play till 9, 10 o'clock at night, and my parents would be like, we are trying to go to bed. Because my room was right above there.
Oh.
It was like, please. It's like, all right. But we'd have dunk contests, three-point contests, actual games. It was just...
My brother and I would play Legos all the time. That was like our one where it's like, I think if my mom wanted us to like shut the fuck up for a few hours, we had excuse me, had a frog in my throat.
Soon it'll be a shotgun.
Good one.
Topical.
Please continue, Kurt Cobain.
Just
Rest
ruined my
in
day.
peace.
It ruined my day. Can't believe you said that about me.
How'd it taste, by the way?
Like
Metallic.
lead.
An
I don't know. I was
explosion of flavor.
so high on heroin, I actually couldn't tell you.
An explosion of flavor.
No, but we had like this big bus. It was like a school bus shaped thing on wheels, like because we would wheel it room to room, full of Legos, and then like we would just dump the thing out and just start building shit. Like, and I think anytime my mom needed some peace and quiet, she'd be like, "You guys want to play Legos?" And my brother and I would be like, "Fuck yeah!" And then dump the Legos out, and then I'd probably get off her nerves for just a little bit, but yeah.
I was a Bionicles kid.
I never got Bionicles.
Legos are one of those toys I don't think I ever got sick of. Because, like, I remember being, like, in late middle school, like, asking for Legos. And then you just don't tell anybody at school because you don't want to get made fun of for playing with Legos. But Legos are sick as fuck, even still.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can still, like, sit and have fun with a thing of Legos.
So Legos for me were, like, I don't even know what you call it, but it was like magnets. Yeah.
How do they work?
You know what I'm talking, like the different colored magnets.
I
and
think
you
it was
got
just
the-
called magnetics.
Yeah, magnetics. That's what
we
it
had
was.
those too.
I mean, I'm still a huge nerd for magnets. I love magnets to bits, and I had this glass. It was like a glass vial of magnesium, and anytime you put a magnet to it, it would spike up and do. And I would build all kinds of stuff with magnets, and then I would try to like balance the ball between two magnets, try and make it float. It's just, magnets are so fucking cool.
We had those too. They were sick.
So fucking cool.
I think that really goes to show you just how fucking nerdy we are, just by what we played with as kids. Besides you should have been a basketball pro.
If there was a Fisher Price league.
You could have been drafted.
We should make a skit. A Fisher Price
You're probably
basketball
like,
skit.
what, like twice as tall as that thing now?
Oh yeah.
That'd be fucking funny.
It had over 20 years of use because it was the same one either my parents or one of our relatives got my older brother when he was like 3.
Damn.
And it lasted throughout our whole lives because my brothers and I were pretty close in age, but it'd be like, we could still keep it for this. And then my sister came along and was like, oh, well, we can keep it so she can play with it. So, but by like the time it was getting to the end of its lifespan, the rim was just like, it was the white plastic because it got pulled so much, it was starting to warp.
Yeah.
It was a red rim, but right on the end of it, it was starting to give because of all of our dunks.
I also had the Chris Angel Mind Freak Magic Box set.
And on that note, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're listening on Spotify, rate this podcast.
Let us know in the comments who has the best costume and why is it me.
Let us know.
We can wire.
Have a happy and safe Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Bye, everybody.
Make sure you check your kids' candy.
Don't do that.
Outside,